guys, Vass here from Aussie RC Playground, and yep, I've got a Traxxas Telluride 4x4. Been waiting for this guy to turn up for a few days now. I actually placed the order on the 31st of August, and today is the 12th of September. So I'm really keen to get my hands on it. You can get this guy for around about $300 off the Tower Hobbies website. Of course, you got coupon discounts and all that type of stuff. It'll end up being a little bit cheaper for you. I, of course, paid a little bit more than $300 because, well, first of all, there's a currency difference, and secondly, you know, it costs a little bit to get it over to Australia. But having said that, I'm probably the first guy in the country to have one of these, so I'm pretty happy with that fact. Now, this is a brand new release from Traxxas, but I would not go as far as to say that it is a brand new truck. They've actually stripped down a Stampede 4x4 and added a few little bits and pieces, a couple of new plastic bits, and hey presto, you've got a brand new truck. And of course, you've got the new body as well. Now, you know, Traxxas have a habit of re-releasing some of their product and just, you know, doing some slight modifications, new color schemes, maybe a new remote, and, you know, they keep making money that way. They're very clever in that sense. But as far as trying to come up with a scale vehicle, this is about as good as it's going to get from Traxxas, I think, unless they completely redesign the chassis and get some you know, solid axles and all that type of stuff, like the axial vehicles and that you'll find in RC four-wheel drive as well. So not quite sure how this is going to turn out. I'm not expecting big things out of this. This is running the 12-turn Titan motor that a lot of the existing Traxxas vehicles already come with. So I'm not expecting too much speed. Plus, it's designed for a little bit of scaling, so it's going to be geared differently. The diffs, I believe, have different oil in them as well to make them a little bit more responsive to traction and you know, so you can do some mild scaling. But anyway, I'm going to stop waffling on. I'm going to open up this guy. As you can see, it's completely sealed. So I'm going to ask you, which side of this should I open? Because, you know, with Traxxas boxes, you're guaranteed to get the wrong side and open the box at the wrong end. So what do you reckon? This side or this side? This side? No. Now the guy over there in the right top, you, oh man, there's a dude sitting on the toilet. You know what? That's just wrong. You shouldn't be, no, I don't want to see it. Dude, that's just wrong, man. You know, I'm just going to open it from this side and get on with this and forget I ever saw that. That's just, man, that is an image I don't want to live with. Just don't forget to wash your hands when you get out. God. Yeah, man. You know, mobile phones are good, but geez, put it down once in a while. All right, which side did I open? See, I opened the back. The dude in the red top, no, it should have been the other end. You see? All right, let's, how is it? Okay, it's this way, so let's open, take that out, get rid of that. Which color do you think I went with? Does it say on the box? I've probably given it away already. Here we go. Hey, orange. There it is. Actually, you know what? Probably did open it in the right spot. Bag of goodies, chargers, some preload spacers, a couple of tools, the usual manuals and magazines that Traxxas give you. No one really cares about that. Okay, what else we got? Come on. The remote's at the other end. Hang on. Hang on. I'm trying. There's a big piece of... Oh, here we go. Ah! Nearly dropped it. Didn't realise it was stuck to the thing. Here it is. You know what? I probably wouldn't really care if it broke or dropped it. Because from what I've seen, this remote is about as cheap as you're going to get. There's bugger all with it. It makes it go. It has an on and off switch down the bottom, I think, and runs on 4AA's. Yeehaw. Alright, we'll put that aside. Let's get to the main event and crack this guy open. I went for the orange. Yes, I went for the orange. I won it. I don't know why. It just looked good in the photos. I thought, yeah, orange and black looks okay, so I'll go with that. Alright, let's get rid of the plastic. Put this guy back in here. And ta-da! There we go. A little bit of foam stuck to the tires. Alright, wow. Suspension is actually kind of stiff. I mean, it seems to be well balanced, but it's a little bit firm. I would have thought for, you know, maybe a little bit of scaling, it would have gone a bit softer on the suspension, but yeah, it could be just me. Now the battery is already in it. I'll show you the underside. It's chassis there. It's quite God, I mean, if you've seen Stampede 4x4, this is probably going to be all very familiar to you. And I know there's already, Jang from from Ultimate RC has already got one of these. So there's Jeremy from RC Nightmare. So some of you that are watching this now probably already seen those unboxings. There's our truck, a couple of warning stickers and labels and stuff that we all know about. So yeah, 12-turn Titan motor, XL5 ESC, waterproof steering servo, which is a pretty standard gear from Traxxas. It is the 2056. Receiver box up the front here, which is identical to the one that I have on my Stampede or Gravedigger that I was doing. The standard sort of plastic drive shafts down the front and rear. Solid camber links, so you're not going to be able to do any adjustments there, but a lot of people say that you don't really need to do adjustments for that type of scaling when it's not a race truck, so you probably don't need to do a lot of adjustability. Tires, I got to say guys, the tires feel really firm, and these wheels are actually short course wheels, I've just noticed. Interesting. Okay, so you've got the smaller outer diameter rim on the outside, bigger diameter rim on the inside, so very much short course. It looks, I have to say, it's a standard sort of car. I mean, for me, I'm going to be honest, this wasn't on my buying list. This was something that I sort of looked at it. I thought, okay, this looks kind of cool. It's a brushed motor. It's probably more aimed at entry level people. Traxxas is probably aiming more at the beginners. But there's been a bit of a buzz around this truck. There's been a lot of people forming opinions on it before the thing was even released, and I thought, yeah, this could be interesting. This could be something a little bit different for me and for the channel. This is probably my first attempt at having some sort of scale RC. So I figured, I'll give it a shot, see what it's like. Plastic shock towers, although they do have 3 mounting points for your shocks on your shock towers. Both front and rear have got adjustments there. You've also got 3 adjustments, you've got 4 adjustment points on your A-arms. Now the A-arms are brand new, apparently. These are a new design from Traxxas. I believe these are shorter than the standard A-arms that are out there, and they've also got a couple of new body mounts here for your posts. So your body posts and these components that actually mount to the shock towers are new. The tyres, I believe the tyres are new as well. These are a licensed Kumho tyre, so I don't know what sort of grip these are going to offer. Now, for those of you who've seen the channel, you know that I usually take my RCs out to the BMX track and just give them a bit of a bashing, take them off some jumps and just see how durable they are, how they handle, how fast they are. But I've decided I'm going to do something a little bit different with this one. I've been scouting for some sort of trails, and I'm going to actually try and do some trailing with this, because I mean that is what it's aimed for. I don't know how successful I'm going to be as far as trailing goes. I don't know how well the truck is going to perform, but if I do find myself enjoying that type of, or that side of the hobby, there's a good chance you're probably going to see something in the near future that is more aimed at scaling. So it's a side of the hobby, much like the quadcopter that I recently bought and the drift car that I recently bought. There's different facets of this hobby. So constantly being off-road or constantly being on-road is great, but you do want to try different things from time to time and really experience what the entire hobby has to offer, and all its different genres. Now this is geared up differently, and the diffs apparently have something like 100,000 weight oil in them, diff oil, so they're supposed to be a little bit more responsive to the traction or lack of traction from the wheels. So we'll see how they hold up, how the tuning and the diff kind of works with the whole truck. It does come, as you can see here, with a 7-cell nickel metal hydrate battery, and it is completely waterproof as well, so you can splash around with this thing out in the wet and get it as wet or as dirty as you want. One thing that I just noticed too, which is very nice, didn't notice this before, there is actually a Perspex, like a plastic Perspex cover over the center drive shaft, which is really something that they should have done with the Slash. Why didn't they do that with the Slash? Okay, interesting. Well, that's a very good little addition. I like that. That's probably the one thing that's impressed me the most about this whole truck, believe it or not. Because, you know, for anybody that has a four-wheel drive Slash, especially if you've got a four-wheel drive truck from Traxxas, you'll know that the center drive shaft is usually pretty well exposed, and all sorts of rocks and debris and what have you get stuck in there, and then you end up scratching the shaft, or you could end up damaging it to a point where it might bend or twist, and having a cover on the top of it is a great idea. So I like that. Very nice. Well, they do give you, I just noticed as well, before I finish off, on the shock towers, there's actually multiple adjustment points for your camber links. So you do have some camber adjustment, it's just not going to be precise, it's all preset. Both front and rear have got those adjustments, so it's just you can't, you know, turn something and adjust it to your precise liking. You know, it's kind of all just set out for you. I think that's pretty much it. The body itself, I got to say, you know, the way that it's mounted and everything offers a lot of room inside, and I can definitely see some future projects of some people, you know, adding all sorts of LED lights and, you know, really getting creative with this sort of thing, or even trying different bodies, different aftermarket bodies, to try and turn this into a bit more of a scale vehicle. I don't know how that's going to work out, but I got to say, for $300, you know, first impressions with this cheap remote. I mean, I really disappointed with Traxxas on this one. That's just wow, really cheap. For the $300 price tag, given that they've basically just mashed up a bunch of spare parts and created a couple of new ones. The only new things that I see here are the body posts, A-arms, and maybe some tires. Everything else I'm pretty sure is already pre-existing from Traxxas. And to charge that sort of figure, I don't know. I think it's probably about, to be fair, I think it's around about $50 too expensive. If they've given me the TQi remote maybe, or have given me one of their better models, perhaps it would have been nicer to have a bit more adjustability and a bit more trimmings and things like that on here. But to have this cheap ass remote and to and I'm sorry to use that expression, but it is, and you know, to see so much of familiar components, so many familiar components in here from pre-existing models, I don't know. I think Traxxas is probably overcharging a little bit for this car. That's just my opinion, but I'm speculating. I'm going to finish up here. I'm going to ask that you guys please subscribe to my channel and give me some support, because I really do appreciate it. Make sure you crush the like button before you go. And if you didn't like this unboxing, well, hey, you know, crush the thumbs down button. Don't hit the thumbs down button just because you don't like the car or my haircut. Just, you know, if you didn't like the way I did it, have some sort of creative criticism. But that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to go out and test this guy and see what it has to offer. And then, of course, if you're familiar to the channel, you'll know that I'll end up doing a review sometime in the future. So I'm going to leave it here. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll speak to you guys soon.